Everyone, Paul here. Today I have kind of a different video. I want to go over more stocks on Robinhood, and I'm going to be looking at it at like I have been doing from a dividend perspective and an option trading perspective and an investing perspective. If you saw this video that I posted yesterday, it was from a TikToker known as Power Publish, and I owe a lot of I learned a lot of small things from him by catching him live on TikTok. And he's the one I learned the rainbow strategy from, and he's the one I learned just small little things from. He gets on there every day, and it's definitely worth it to check him out. So when I stumbled on his live yesterday, I managed to record him when he was talking about stocks. So that was yesterday's video. If you want to check out, it's like a 10-minute video where he's talking about some of the stocks that he recommends, and these are the ones that he's personally into. And what I kind of want to do is, over the next couple of videos, is go over individual these stocks that he recommends. Now, some of these do not pay dividends, and some of these people would not think about doing an option trading with or investing with. So I'm going to be looking at what he has recommended through his recommended stocks. So today we're going to be looking at a pretty good one. This one, I believe, does not have any dividend payouts. So we will be looking at this in a form of is it something good to invest in, like dollar cost average into, and is it something to get some good results in with options trading? So we're going to be looking at this stock because there is no dividend payout with this one. The stock that he recommends is called MicroStrategy. It's not a cheap stock to own, but what I want to look at is it we'll look a little bit about the company. We'll look at the description, and we want to see if this is worth investing in or doing options trading with the the strategy that I have that I do for all stocks. But anyway, let's check out this stock and see what it's all about. Okay, so right now MicroStrategy is $3.85 per share. We'll look at the charts in a minute, but a little bit about this company, and let's look at so it has no dividend payout. So we have to look at this as an investing mindset here. So let's look at the charts. Let's see what's the ticker for this one. It is MSTR. That's the ticker. So MSTR. MicroStrategy Incorporated. So let's look at this first. We want to look at this. Since there is no dividend payout for this one, I want to look at this on a long-term basis. Let's look at it on the weekly first. Okay, zoom out a bit. We'll look at what the all-time high was on this one. And it looks like it's somewhere around, the last all-time high was about 1,060. And so it could very well move with the price of Bitcoin and everything else. So it could go up. So as to reach back that $1,000 mark that it did before, it could very well get back up to it. It looked like it moved down much with the crypto market. But anyway, let's look at this on an option trading standpoint. So we're going to do an hour. And if you guys have not seen my strategy here, it works the same for everything else. What I do is I get the 3 smooth moving averages, 3 SMA, and I load it up with the 5 and the 8. And I look at this mainly on the hour. So what I want to look for is I basically want to look for how much the contracts would cost, because I looked at this before, and the contracts are pretty expensive the last time I looked at this. So we got July 7th. Let's just see. Yeah, you can see that my recommended options here range anywhere from 800 to 900 to almost 1,000 per contract, and there's probably a reason for that, and we'll look at how much you can make. Let me go walk you guys through the strategy real quick. And the strategy to do in this with options trading is you look at the RSI and you get in every single time there is a when it crosses the RSI. So basically I'll draw a line right there because it crosses. We'll do a couple of them here. It crosses right here. Let's do a couple here. Crosses right here. And let's do a couple more. See. Crosses down right here. Right about here. Crosses up right here. Let's go here. Crosses right here. Do a couple more. And crosses down right there. And we'll do a few more. Crosses up right here. Do this one right, crosses down right there. So we'll look at those ones. And we'll look at how much of a gain this actually is if you do options trading with it. So let's just see here. Crosses right here, so you would follow the RSI. Now the point of the moving average is to see the overall direction. So if the moving averages do not match the RSI, that is not a good trade to get into. So you get in right here, and if you wrote it out all the way up here, this was a 11% move in 3 days. It was a 11% move in 3 days. It had a $39 difference in price. A $39 difference in price. So let's just real quickly look at Robinhood and see the options for if it lets us. Now let's just say we got to chose this one right here. We're just going to look at this for an example. Now you have to, it looks like it's giving you a lot of your break-even point is a little bit away. So what you would have to do is you have to buy your contracts a little farther out in order to get the best benefits. But can you see right here to here is pretty much, you wouldn't make, your break-in point would be a little bit further away. So that's kind of where it goes. Because once you do, let's just look at the $39 difference in price if it lets us. So from here we're going to look at a $39 difference in price. $391, $391, $39. So we look at about $430. See if it registers a $430. Probably not. Nope, doesn't even get there. But but that whole move, let's just do $1. Let's do $1 difference in price. $392. $392.85. Okay, so it's about $100 for every dollar. So it's kind of like McDonald's. It's kind of like McDonald's, but the thing about McDonald's stock is you have more space with your break-in point, and it's a little bit cheaper. So you get about the same as a McDonald's options trade, but you would have to wait all this area to be in profit. So from what I could tell is doing the option trade, you would have to be, well, to me it seems like there's smaller companies that you could do that will bring you about similar results. So for me, my perspective on this, I'll give you my opinion at the end of this video, but we could see a dollar difference here. Dollar difference is about 100. Dollar difference is about 100. But the whole idea here is if you got into this move right here, if you got this move, there was a $40 difference in price. So if you got that move, now the whole thing about this one is there's more volatility in the jumps. That's you'll make more money because, like, compared to, well, I'll make my thoughts at the end of this video, but we're dealing with a $100 for almost every dollar. But you see in the last 3 days it jumped to $40 difference in price. You're not going to get that with a McDonald's stock. I'll tell you right now. In 3 days, you're not going to get a $40 difference in price with McDonald's or some of the other stuff that I talked about. So let's just see how much this will probably be around. There's about a $40 difference. So that was a $4,000 move. This right here is a $4,000 move. So let's look at some of the others. We see that it crosses right here. The moving averages are going up. The RSI is going up. Let's see how much of a difference this one is. This is a $25 difference in price. So 25 times 100. It's 2,500 there in 2 days. And this one right here, the RSI is going down, but it doesn't start going down till a little bit later. So this is a bad trade, because if I was looking at this when I was studying the charts, I would see that the RSI is down, but the moving averages are up. So I wouldn't have got into that move. So right here we see RSI is going up, moving averages are going up. So this would be a good trade. So I'd come in here and ride this out. This one, if I rode this whole thing out, this is 6 days, $56 difference in price. $56 difference in price. This is a 5,600 move right there. Now we look at this next one. This one is, the RSI is pointing up, but the moving averages is kind of giving you a fake out. I wouldn't do that one. This next one, RSI is going down, the moving average is going down, so that's a good trade to take. If I measure this out right here to here, this is a $15 difference in price. So this, we're looking at about, let's see, 15 times 100. We're like 1,500 in 1,500 in 4 days. Let's see, let's look at this one here. We see that the RSI is going up. The RSI is going up and the moving averages is going up. Then it starts going down. So from here to there, if you rode that section out, that is still a $18 difference in price. If you rode it out from here, it's a $26. So this is a 2,600 gain right there. And over here, it's a 1,800 gain right there. So let's look at this one right here. I think this one's our last one. So we see that the RSI is going down, and you see that the moving average eventually goes down. So personally, I don't think I'd get involved with that one, because I like to see the indication early on, and I don't see it early on right here. But anyway, let's just look it out anyway. So from here down to here, It's almost a $30 difference in price, so that's about a $3,000 move in 4 days. Okay, small little edit. One thing I noticed when I look back at the charts is if you wanted to come in and just, trade it, just trade the stock, not do options with it, you can come in, you look at the chart and you look at all the moments right before it starts going up, and you can use the whole 5-8 EMA strategy and find those and look at the RSI. And the moments where it starts to go up, you can catch those and you can trade it, because if you look at the charts in the video, you see that there were a lot of 5 to 10% per. There were a lot of big percentages when it started going up. So you can use this to your advantage and trade it and get. You can get good daily percentages with your trades. So that is just another thing I took note of when I went back and edited this video. So back to your regular scheduled video. So looking at this from a option trader mindset, you would have to spend a lot of money. You would have to go far back into the contracts to get some pretty decent results from it. You'd probably have to spend at least $1,000, a little bit more of that on contracts, just so there's that whole waiting period before you even break even. But if you're right on your moves, you'll make a lot of gains, because there's from what we saw on the charts, you get anywhere from $25 difference in price to $30 difference in price. So you'll make a lot in a short window of time, between like 3 or 4 days. You can make 3 or 4 days, you can probably make around 2,000, 3,000, depending on the stock. But looking at this from a investment standpoint, buying and holding, the last all-time high was around 1,000. And so do I think it's ever going to go back to those numbers? It probably will. Probably when the bull run starts with Bitcoin and all that, it'll probably start going back up. So to my opinion, it's also a good stock to own, to hold for a long period of time, and that's just my opinion. The Power Published, the guy on TikTok, he recommends it as well as he's holding it as well. He's got holdings with this stock, and he recommends others, get involved, have added it to their portfolio. But it's not financial advice. It's not financial advice. I'm just looking at the number. I am not a financial advisor. But anyway, from a investor standpoint and a option trader, this is a very good stock to look into. Anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.